Hello. So today we are going uh, to determine the minor losses or determine the head loss due to different pipe fittings. So this is the setup of minor losses or different pipe fittings like sudden enlargement, sudden contraction, bend and elbow. So in this setup there is a measuring tank which is connected to piezometer tube. There is also outlet valve to remove the water of in this measuring tank. So there is also YouTube manometer which is connected to different fittings. This is the this is the sudden contraction, sudden enlargement. So this is the bend and elbow. So this is electric motor. So this is section valve and this is the outlet valve. So here, so this is the flow of direction from this pipe, small pipe to large pipe. So that is connected to small pipe to large pipe, that we can say sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. So tappings which is connected to sudden enlargements are connected to YouTube manometer. Same way, so this is the flow of direction of water from large pipe to small pipe. So large pipe suddenly becomes small pipes, so that we can say sudden contraction. So tappings which is connected to sudden contraction are also connected to YouTube manometer. And this is the bend. This is the bend. The tappings which is connected to bend also connected to YouTube manometer, and this is the elbow. So tappings which are connected to elbow are also connected to YouTube manometer. So here we have to find the head loss of these different pipe fittings. So what we have to do? So here keep the tappings and balls those pipes which we are going to find the head loss. Suppose we are going to find the head loss of this sudden expansion or sudden enlargement. So tappings of sudden enlargement and tappings of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion should be open, this tappings and this wall. Remaining all tappings and walls must be closed. That means water will flow only through this sudden enlargement parts. Okay. So remaining all tappings and walls should be closed. So here this measuring tank. So for head loss, to find the head loss, we need actual discharge and velocity. So we get actual discharge from this measuring tank. So cross-sectional area which we can find the cross-sectional area of this measuring tank, that is length into width. So length of this tank is 0.5 meter and width is 0.35, means length into width 0.5 into 0.35 meter, we get cross-sectional area of this measuring tank. So area and height. So if we close this wall, so this is the piezometer tube which is connected to measuring tank. If we close this wall, so water will stop to come out, then water will rise through this piezometer tube. So we can keep height constant. We can keep height constant like 50 mm, 100 mm, 200 mm. Keep units same. All units must be same. If you will keep in centimeter, all units converts into centimeter. If you will keep the units in meter, all units must be in meter. Here I am keeping all units in meter. So keep 50 mm. If you will keep rise of water 50 mm, so height will be 0.05 meter. So cross sectional area into height, you will get volume. So 0.175 means 0.5 into 0.35 you will get cross sectional area into height. Height means if we will keep 50 mm means 0.05. If we will keep 100 mm मतलब 0.1 or if we will keep height 200 mm that means height will be 0.2 meter. So area into height it will be volume. Or to rise this height what time will be required? So we can take time with the help of stopwatch. So to reach the 50 mm of rise, here I am keeping 50 mm height means 0.05. So to reach 50 mm of rise of water, what time will be required? So that time you divide this volume, you will get actual discharge. Means 0.175, that is the cross sectional area of this measuring tank, and height means 0.05. So this is the volume, and divided by time, you will get actual discharge. Here we get actual discharge, and suppose we are taking reading of this sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. So wall of this sudden enlargement or sudden expansion will be open, so which is connected to this U-tube manometer. So first what you will do, bubbles of this pipe will be removed with the help of this tap. So if we remove the air bubbles, then close this tapping and this tapping, this pressure will comes to know in this U-tube manometer. So take a difference of this mercury level. So there is a mercury in this U-tube manometer as well as water. So take difference of this mercury level and if you will take a difference, you convert into same units. Suppose I am taking in meter. So first you convert this difference in meter. So this difference you multiply by 12.6. So why we are multiplying by 12.6? So there is a mercury as well as water. Means specific gravity of mercury, that is 13.6 minus specific gravity of water, that is the 1. So 13.6 minus 1 you multiply by 12.6 to this difference. So that you will get differential pressure head. So this here we are getting differential pressure head, and here we are getting actual discharge. So there are two pipes in this sudden enlargements or sudden expansion. First is small pipe and another is large pipe. So diameter of this small pipe we know. So diameter of small pipes here, that is the 15 mm means 0.015 meter. So that we can say diameter of small pipe D1. So same way diameter of this large pipe we can say D2. So this is diameter of this large pipe is 0.025 meter means 25 mm. So if we know diameter of small pipe D1 and diameter of large pipe D2, we can find cross sectional area of this small pipe and large pipe. So cross sectional area of small pipe we can say A1, small cross sectional area of large pipe we can say A2. If we know the cross sectional area of both pipes, then we can find the velocity of those pipes. So velocity of small pipe, that we can say V1. So we can find the velocity of small pipe V1, that is equal to cross sectional discharge, which we find here with the help of this measuring tank. So discharge Q upon cross sectional area of this small pipe. So the cross sectional area of this small pipe A1. So diameter. So discharge upon cross sectional area of this small pipe, we get velocity at small pipe, that we can say V1. Same way diameter of this small pipe D2 we know 25 mm means 0.025 mm. So cross sectional area of this large pipe we know that is the pi by 4 into D2 square. So that cross sectional area we can find with the help of this formula. So here we get cross sectional area A2 and here we get actual discharge. So velocity at the velocity of this large pipe, that we can say V2 equal to discharge upon cross sectional area of this large pipe V2. So A2. So Q upon cross-sectional area of this large pipe A2, we will get velocity of large pipe V2. If we know the velocity of small pipe V1, velocity of large pipe V2, and actual discharge Q from this measuring tank, then we can find the head loss of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion, that we can say HL. So head loss of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion, that is HL equal to V1 square minus V2 square upon 2G. Here V1 is the velocity of small pipe and V2 is the velocity of large pipe. So put the values of V1 and V2 upon 2G. So V1 square minus V2 square upon 2G, you will get head loss of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. So to varying the more readings, vary the pressure or change the pressure from here to here. If we will change the pressure, your time will also change. After varying the pressure, you can take more readings. So this way we can find the head loss of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. Then next pipe fittings. So next pipe fittings that like a sudden contraction. So here this is the large pipe and this is a small pipe. So large pipe suddenly becomes small pipes. So tappings of sudden contraction, which is connected to U-tube manometer. First you open the walls and tappings of sudden contraction. Here suppose this open and this open, and then close the wall and tappings and walls of remaining pipes which is open. So same way remove the air bubbles which will be in tubes, open tubes. Same way close this wall. Water will rise from this piezometer tubes. Take the height and take time with the help of stopwatch. If we know the cross-sectional area and height, and we can find the time. If so cross-sectional area into height divided by time will get actual discharge. So here we get the actual discharge and here we get the velocity. So velocity, the large pipe of this sudden contraction pipe, we know the diameter of this large pipe, that we can say D2. So diameter of this large pipe is 25 mm, that means 0.025 meter. So if we know the diameter of this large pipe D2, we can find the area of this large pipe. We can say A2. Here we get the cross-sectional area, that is the A2, and actual discharge from measuring tank. So actual discharge Q upon cross-sectional area of this large pipe, we will get velocity. So velocity means here head loss due to sudden contraction HL, that is equal to K into V2 square upon 2G. So K is coefficient of sudden contraction. So coefficient of sudden contraction K, that is equal to 0.5. So K 0.5 into V2 square. So here velocity of large pipe. So K into velocity of large pipe V2 square upon 2G. You will get head loss due to sudden contraction. Same way, change the pressure. By varying the pressure, you can take more readings of this sudden contraction. Same way, next pipe fittings. Suppose this is the bend. So keep open the tappings of this bend and close the tappings which are previously open. So if we open this bend, tappings of this bend, and this bend, close the tappings of this sudden contraction. Okay, so tappings of this bends which are connected to U-tube manometer. So remove the air bubbles which are already in pipes of tapping pipes of this bed. So after removing the air bubbles, close that tappings, take manometer reading, difference between two readings or two readings, manometer reading, and then same way take the actual discharge from with the help of this with the help of this measuring tank. Calculate the actual discharge Q, and here there are using only large pipe. So large diameter of this large pipe we can say D2. So with the help of diameter we can calculate cross sectional area of this large pipe A2. So here we get cross sectional area of large pipe. Here we are getting actual discharge. So velocity of this bed is equal to velocity V2 is equal to discharge upon cross sectional area of this large pipe. So actual discharge Q upon cross sectional area of this large pipe, we get velocity. So head loss due to this bend fittings HL that is equal to K into V2 square upon 2G. Here coefficient of loss of this bend is equal to K equal to 0.42. So 0.42 into velocity square V2 square upon 2G. Just put the values and calculate, you will get head loss due to bend. So bend HL. So by varying the pressure you can take more readings, and then you take difference of this then you take mean or average head loss of this bend. So next fittings, which is the elbow. So keep tappings and walls of this elbow, and then close the previously tappings and walls of this bend. Then what will happen? Water will flow only this pipe and this tapping which is connected to YouTube manometer. Same way, take the manometer reading, difference of manometer reading, and take the time or calculate the time after keeping the height constant, or keep the time constant and calculate the height of rising water. With the help of this time and height, we will get actual discharge Q. So with the help of this actual discharge and this diameter of this pipe, we will get velocity. So head loss due to elbow, that is equal to K into V2 square upon 2G. So here coefficient of loss of elbow, that is equal to K equal to 0.9. So 0.9 into V2 square upon 2G. So by 2G, that you put the values and we will get head loss of elbow. So by varying this pressure from here to or here, but changing the pressure, you can take more readings of this elbow. So this way we can find the head loss due to different pipe fittings, like sudden contraction, sudden expansion, or sudden enlargement, bend and elbow. Okay. Now we are taking actual reading of each pipe fitting. That is the sudden enlargement, sudden contraction, bend and elbow. Each pipe we will take one reading and then calculate. We are going to calculate. First we are taking reading of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. So this is the tapping of sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. This is the small pipe. So the flow direction of water is this way. So this small pipe suddenly becomes large. So tapping of this sudden enlargement or sudden expansion is connected to YouTube manometer. So first I kept this wall and this tapping open. So bubbles, to remove this bubbles of this pipe, we can remove from here. So open this tapping. So air bubble will remove. Air bubble will remove here. Now water comes out means air bubble remove. After removing the this air bubble, we close this tapping. To take reading of this YouTube manometer, that is difference of this mercury level. So this is the left side, right side. Difference of this mercury level reading. Or so you can say this left side x1, x2. x1 difference between x1 and x2, or difference between two mercury level. So difference between two mercury level. You multiply the difference of this difference to 12.6, because in this YouTube manometer there is a mercury as well as water. So specific gravity of mercury, that is the 13.6, minus specific gravity of water, that is the 1. So 13.6 minus 1 means 12.6. So 12.6 multiplied to this difference, that we will get differential pressure. We can say whatever you can say, HF, H, X, whatever you say. So 12.6 multiplied to this difference of this mercury level. We know the area of this measuring tank. So area of this measuring tank, length into width. So length is the 0.5 meter and width is 0.35 meter. So length into width is the area of this measuring tank. So that is the 0.5 into 0.35, that is the 0.175 meter square. So this is the area of this measuring tank. So here is the wall connected to measuring tank to remove the water. If we close the wall, water will rise through this piezometer tube. So here to get the actual discharge, we can keep height constant, that is 50 mm, means 0.05 meter, or 100 mm or 200 mm. So I am keeping here height 50 mm, or we can keep time constant and find the height. So here I am keeping height constant and calculate the time with the help of stopwatch. So if we close this wall, so water will stop to come out. So water will rise through this piezometer tube. So with the help of stopwatch, so calculate the time, find the time, what will be required to reach the 50 mm. So that time, so with the help of that time and this height and this cross-sectional area of this measuring tank, we will get actual discharge Q. So actual discharge Q is equal to area into height, that is the volume, divided by time. So cross-sectional area of this measuring tank is 0.175 into height, that is that we will take here 50 mm, means 0.05 meter. So 0.175 into 0.05, this is the volume and divided by time. So we will get this actual discharge Q. So here we will get the Q, and here is in the sudden expansion or sudden enlargement, there are two pipes. This is the small pipe and this is the large pipe. So diameter of the small pipe is 15 mm, मतलब 0.015 meter. So we can say D1, and diameter of this large pipe we can say D2, that is the 25 mm, मतलब means 0.025 meter. If we know the diameter, then we can find the area of that concerned pipe. So area of this small pipe we can say A2, that is equal to 5/4 into D1 square. So here we get the cross-sectional area of the small pipe, we can say A1, and here cross-sectional area of large pipe, we can say A2 will get here area of this large. If we know the area, then we can find the velocity. This Q upon cross-sectional area of the small pipe, that is equal to velocity of small pipe. This Q upon area of small pipe, that is equal to velocity of small pipe. We can say V1, and this discharge upon area of large pipe, that is we can say V2. So here we get V1 and V2, velocity at small pipe and velocity of large pipe. So head loss of this sudden enlargement or sudden expansion, that is equal to V1 square minus V2 square upon 2G. So V1 square we know, V2 square we know, upon 2G. We just put the values of V1, V2 and G. Then calculate it, we will get the sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. So then change the pressure. Then we change the pressure from here and here. If we change the pressure, so mercury level reading will also change and time will also change, or height will also change for same time, or time will also change for same height. So by varying this pressure, we can take more reading of this sudden enlargement or sudden expansion. Then next pipe fitting. So next pipe fitting, whatever you use, suppose next pipe fitting is sudden contraction. So this is the large pipe suddenly becomes small pipe. So we can say this pipe fitting is sudden contraction. So large pipe suddenly becomes small pipe. So tapping of this small sudden contraction, tapping on wall. Firstly you open this. Open this, then close the before previous tapping and valve. So keeping this closed and open this tapping also. So this tapping of the sudden contraction which are connected to YouTube manometer. So remove the bubble of this tapping firstly. After removing of this air bubble, we close the tapping. Then we take the manometer reading or difference in two mercury level, then multiply by 12.6 of the the difference of mercury level. Then we will get differential pressure head. Then you close this wall and water will rise through this isometer to find the time for 50 mm height or whatever you fix the time. Fix the height. So calculate the time for same height. Then you will get here actual discharge Q. Then velocity of this large pipe we can find, because the diameter of this large pipe we know 25 mm. That if we know the diameter, cross-sectional area of this pipe we can calculate pi by 4 into this is here. So here we get cross-sectional area of large pipe. With the help of this cross-sectional area and this actual discharge, we can find the velocity. So actual discharge upon cross-sectional area of this large pipe, we can get the velocity of this pipe. So the Q upon cross-sectional area of this pipe, we know the velocity of the large pipe. So to determine the head loss of the sudden contraction, that is equal to K equal to V2 square upon 2G. K is the loss due to sudden contraction, that is K equal to 0.5. So 0.5 into velocity, because V2 square upon 2G, you will get head loss of sudden contraction. Then change the pressure. But after changing the pressure, so mercury level will also change and time will also change for same height, or height will also change for same time. So with help of this time and height and this cross-sectional area, we will know the actual discharge Q. So Q and this velocity will become to know head loss of this sudden contraction. So this way we can take more easy. The next part fitting whatever suppose this part. So this is the bend. So for bend, so you open the patches and walls of bend. So I open this patches and walls of bend. Then close the previous patches and walls. So I open these patches and walls of this bend. Then first remove the air bubble. Same procedure. After removing of this air bubble, close the patch. Then take difference of this manometer reading and still find the time for same height or take the calculate the height for same time. So here we get the Q actual distance and here we get the velocity. So diameter of this pipe is large, here we get the large pipe. So diameter of this large pipe is 0.025 meter. So diameter, if you know the diameter, then you can calculate the cross-sectional area, and with the help of cross-sectional area and this actual distance, we can calculate the velocity. So this actual distance upon cross-sectional area of this large pipe will give the velocity, and with the help of this velocity, we can find the head loss due to this bend. So head loss due to bend that is equal to k into V2 square upon 2g. So k is the head loss due to bend. Head loss coefficient of bend, that is k equal to 0.42. So 0.42 into velocity V2 square upon 2g. Just calculate it, you will get head loss due to bend. So same way, change the pressure, take the manometer reading, that is the differential pressure, and calculate the Q actual discharge. And for repeat the reading, change the pressure, take the manometer reading and Q. This way we can find the head loss of this bend. So so for the next pipe fitting, open the next pipe, next wall and patching firstly, and then close the previously patching and wall. So for this base elbow patching, I open this elbow patching and close the before patching and wall. So water is only flowing through this fitting. So same way, remove the air bubble with the help of this patching and wall. With the help of this patching. After removing the air bubble, close this patching. Take the manometer reading as well as this time or height and calculate this Q. With the help of this Q and this diameter of this large here, there is only large pipe. So diameter of large pipe we know 0.025 meter. So if we know the diameter of pipe 0.025, so we get the area of this pipe. So if we know the area and cross-sectional area and discharge, so discharge upon cross-sectional area we will get the velocity. So if we know the velocity, so head loss we can find the head loss of this elbow. So head loss due to elbow, that is equal to k, that is HL, that is equal to k into V2 square upon 2g. So head loss k is the loss coefficient of this elbow, that is equal to 0.9 into V2 square upon 2g. Just put the value, we will get the head loss of elbow. So after changing this pressure, we can take more readings of head loss of elbow. So this way we can find the head loss, we can find or we can determine the head loss due to different types in it, that is the sudden expansion or sudden departure,